Appreciate you tuning in. It means so much to us to have the opportunity to be able to share a little of the Word of God and to get a little bit of your time on this day. And we are looking at Romans chapter number 8. During this time, we're looking at verses 18 through 22. And we've been looking at the subject here of waiting for the day of redemption. Waiting for the day of redemption. I remind you that a great part the victorious life is this, that we know that the Lord has prepared for us a wonderful future. Oh, how good that future is going to be for us. And so we've looked at a few things this week thus far. We've tried to answer somewhat of the question of how good is our future. Of course, you know this. We can't really answer that question in totality because we don't know exactly how good our future is. We know a few things about what the Lord has prepared for us, and what we know we really like. And boy, what a wonderful future that He's prepared. We saw yesterday some of the worldview of the unbeliever. Now we want to kind of move today in the other direction, and we want to think about the Christian's worldview. And what I would tell you is this: our outlook on life itself really does depend on our hope for the future. And if you have the outlook of the worldview, there's no real hope for your future. Could it be any different for the Christian and their worldview? And I want to say absolutely there's a difference in that. Well, what is our worldview? Well, to start with, we believe this, and we believe this without question. We believe this without any shame, dear friend. We simply state this, that the world is God's world. This is God's world. He created it. He's the sovereign over it, dear friend, and it's His world. Now, as I said yesterday, He has given charge of this world right now to mankind, and we're to be stewards of this world. But we're just stewards. We're not the owner. This world is not ours. This world belongs to the Lord. Now, this world is not what the Lord created it to be. Oh, if we could go back to the time of Adam and Eve and there in the garden. Boy, I think about those times that the Bible speaks of Adam walking with the Lord in that garden in the cool of the evening, and how Adam was given command over the garden to tend after it, dear friend. And what an ease that must have been. That wasn't a toilsome labor. But it was joyful, dear friend, and it fulfilled man, it fulfilled Adam, and what a glorious world that was. But something awful happened. Now, nature did not sin. It was Adam that sinned. And because of Adam's sin, we know this: mankind fell, and mankind fell into sin, and the nature of sin was passed on to man. But we also know this: when Adam sinned, he not only brought judgment upon the human race, but he brought a judgment upon creation itself. And we see somewhat of that judgment here that is mentioned to us in these passages. For verse number 20 says this: "For the creature was made subject to vanity." Now think about this. Let's slow down just a moment. The creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of Him who had subjected the same in hope. And so we see here that Paul uses a few words to describe the condition of creation. He says that it was made subject to vanity. And so the word vanity here means something that is devoid of truth and appropriateness, or something that is perverse. It's depraved. It speaks of in places of frailty, without vigor, in frustration. And we could say that a lot of these terms do refer to creation. And so the Christian view of creation is this, that God created it. It belongs to Him. But at this present time, it's not what it ought to be. That's why it longs for it. It's waiting for the day of redemption. Oh, dear friend, what a day that's going to be. Hope you'll think about these things today. Till the next time, may the